Greetings. It's the more you live, the more you learn. Enough things, enough things, enough things try to prevent me. Said seriously, nothing try to prevent me from coming on, but me I persevere. Seriously. So we want to go back to Palestine, but I go just giving us something for this deal with and just cool. Come Delroy.
You coulda run as fast as you can. I'm gonna catch you. You coulda run as fast as you can. I'm gonna catch you.
See, we come from far, far, far. I will not let nobody just come steamroll we and try to make out that them understand something that we are going with. Because them don't understand what we are going with. You need to hear. You know what I mean? And make it digest into your system. So we are dealing with Palestine, we are dealing with the world, and we are dealing with injustices. You know what I mean? We not support injustices now. And we not support deception and fabrication and discrimination. But we know say that post-traumatic stress is something that we as African Caribbean people and black people all across the earth, right, has been affected. Yeah? These are things that happen to us on a regular basis, you know, and we get hurt and offended, and people them look upon we like, and are real. You see? So we're going to dispel a lot of those things right now, right? But first things first, you know, we're going straight in the heart of, what them say, the meat of the matter. So hold this. Listen carefully, listen carefully. Listen carefully now.
Foundations of the earth are out of form. Man so blind they neither see nor understand. They walk in darkness. They walk in darkness.
Sit down, Bonnet Burnbird. Sit down.
Just standeth in the congregation of the mighty, Jah rules amongst the gods. How long will he judge unjustly? Send the persons of the wicked and poor and fatherless. Justice to the afflicted and
call your mama,
needy.
Call your auntie and your uncle. Call your wife. Call your partner.
Hands of the wicked.
Things in times.
Poor and needy.
Touching your nerves.
Hands of the wicked. Jah. Oh, Jah. Oh, Jah.
You see, when we that young, much young, you know, so we behave, you know. Cause we are the rightful heirs to what they call the throne of black redemption, African redemption. You understand? And yesterday, you know, yesteryears. See? Come again, Stan. Come. Touch it up. Set to Labrador Grove, Shepherd's Bush, Brixton, what? Peckham, Hackney, Stoke Newington, Islington, Haringey, Camden, the whole of London. Come, black people. Roll it. Come here. Sing, my brother. Step it.
Poor and needy. The hands of the wicked. Poor and needy. The hands of the wicked.
Okay, information time. You see what you know, my shaker give it the reading and he's teaching at the same time. And something happened. And the something that happened is that he spoke about the poor. He mentioned these words, poor and needed. And quick, sharp, that prick up my ears, my eyes, my nose, everything. And me say, I wonder if he know what him just say. Now, he does know what he's saying. What he was saying. But when those words came up, poor and needed, me being who I am, that resonate to say, well, yo, are we not bust that tune a long time? Misty and Roots. I say, yeah, what? And just to make sure me not forget, me just scribble it down on piece of paper. And then in the afternoon, because this is like all 5 o'clock in the morning, and the afternoon, it just come to my head again, and I say, wait, I wonder if my brethren tell him something, and then my brethren get him now to say, well, this is what you need to be doing. Focus on the poor. Because that'll take place. The poor needed, and we all are poor, and we need. So it was me. I try to satisfy myself because at the moment I'm a renegade. So when I say, yo, I have to do something about that. You know what I mean? So here what am I gonna do about that now? Right? I'm gonna bring my imam inside here, but I'm gonna do something about that. And this is for the other crazy people that I say that ain't nothing to do with we. Listen this. I'm gonna catch a frenzy. Yo, listen lyrics, you know, because I'm going to play the video and also, but listen lyrics, proper things. Call your mother, call your father, call your uncle, call your friend, call your girlfriend, call your wife, call everybody. Easy YouTube.
than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Dreaming we unite together, save the world. I remind them that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, inshallah. Education is not just some privilege or right that every child deserves. Is God-given that right come under threat, it must be defended. You think Allah don't see what you're doing to His children? Who's been held accountable? Who is in charge, mister? These kids ain't got nothing to do with y'all business. You should be building more schools in our prisons. They bomb us, ain't even make news in y'all city. He could have been a scholar, he dealing with different problems. Missile hit his home and crushed and killed his barber. We should be playing soccer or meeting up by lockers. He wanted to be a doctor, but he don't have those options. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. I remind him every time it's greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. I'm dreaming we coming together to save the world. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, yeah, inshallah. The system needs to be eradicated. The attacks on education has been activated. It's not random, it's intentional, it's calculated. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't aggravated. I ain't smiling cause I ain't happy. Know how many times I pray for peace and peace ain't happen. Still get on my rug and pray for peace, still gotta take actions. People held responsible for their actions. Until then, we gotta stay active. We need change, that change needs to be data driven, accurate, comprehensive. And since we the victims, we deserve a voice in day-to-day decisions. And we can dig these generations out these grave conditions. I remind them that the
Yeah, and we are the Muslim. You see? We're not holding the punches, man. Because what? A universal education and knowledge, you know. You think so you can hold that back? And all you so-called spiritualists out there in the African American arena, what you do? Him is 12. What you do? We have influence in him. We have influenced him. See? We didn't teach him, you know. We influenced him. See? Now, conditions and circumstances led him to do what he do. You understand? Conditions and circumstances, you know, led him to do what he's doing. Now, if the condition were different, none of these things them would have doing. Because you're listening to an intelligent young man. But this young man is being scarred, traumatically scarred. And he's experienced 4 wars, 4 devastation of Gaza. Him and his family. Now, him could have thrown a stone, and maybe did. There's no crime. But the experience, the traumatic experience, what when I say? A joke, you want to joke. You want to sit down and say about when I talk. And keep talking. And keep talking. And not train anybody. Not training anybody. Not try to develop an infrastructure. Not try to look after even your mother. Huh? But you let people them curse your mother. Rape your sister. Huh? And talk bad about them as females. And you say that this don't have nothing to do with it. You just don't know what time of day it is, man. Listen this.
Palestine's been occupied for decades, but a home for centuries. This land is generations of my family's memories. To plant, grow, and nurture the symbol of peace. The olive trees guaranteed that our people could eat. Living with limitations, pushed down by the occupation. Wanna see the pain? Take a look at the people's faces.
Now, why this is important to keep saying these things? These are people them that is coming from the Islamic side of the world, Al-Quds. What them know about hip-hop? It's not in their vein, Aya. It is not in their thinking or dreams. It's nothing to do with them. It's Al-Quran and Hadith and truthfulness and honesty. That's the criteria of their life, their liberty. See? So when it come now to protest and to think about being an activist, then them borrow a page from us. Because we try to make the whole world understand that we're the children of the slave. And we've been abused consistently. And we've been profiled. And we've been victimized. Yes, African black people in the diaspora. See? So we have joined his father and his grandfather and his grandmother as in Al-Islam. And we never take our thing over there and say, yo, here one, take this and give it that. No. They've been experiencing for 75 years gross atrocities. But how them are reach the world when very few people are trying to listen to them? They've been crying forever. They've been victims for 75 years. Them just try everything. But here comes a young boy that look at all Bob Marley and Tupac and all these different peoples and Rakim and all these different people and Public Enemy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who he's listened to. But he's listened to somebody. He's listened to a lot of people. And decide, you know what? This is how we're going to get our message out there. That we are victim of the world atrocious behavior. And these first world people talk about human rights and this and that and other. And they don't care a damn about them. United Nations, rare, and so forth. And then you have some people, them, small people, them, you know. I've been trying, from all even that place they call Australia, I've been trying to highlight their plight. And then you can come tell me now that something happened, God make something happen, and good peoples make something happen, even here in England all across the earth, and you get all these black people. I say, it had nothing to do with low them people there. You're joking, man. Seriously. Sad day. Sad day you talk, so. Come here, my son. Come again.
I'm exhausted. Last night I couldn't sleep, but when I did, I could hear bombs in my dreams. Nightmare situation. How could they be so evil, making martyrs out of children and innocent people? We expect the bombs, not knowing where next. Huddle in the corner of my room, trying to protect my little brother as the building shakes like it's possessed, but nothing stronger than the will of the oppressed. I bomb back with my lyrics and rhymes, living the times trying to break the Palestinian minds. What's hiding in the clouds hanging over my head? My dad risks his life outside to buy bread. The fourth war in my 12th year. At this stage I'm numb, though I haven't feel scared. There's nothing.
Now you hear them perform words of English with so much clarity. I tell you, you're joking. Huh? I will want him to keep demonstrating. Keep moving with us, man. Come on, seriously. And I know some of you out there talk some stupidness like, if the shoe was on the other foot, would them come to the black man rescue? Shut your mouth, man. Seriously. Because you see the good that you do? It continues to follow you. Even when you go to a grave, it follows you. You understand? It retains. It is being retained. You see? The good. It's not the rubbish that you do. It's not the badness that you do. It's not the foolishness that you talk. It's the good that you do. See? Until we believe in the Almighty, see? That is evident. That's supreme. That's inevitable. You understand? So it's not a thing like say, well, you know what? Yeah, but yeah, you know. And then another lot out there saying, the youth only can do them something there because somebody gave them some money. Behave yourself. Seriously, behave yourself. Behave yourself. What you have to do is close your eyes and imagine. And don't even just imagine. Don't bother close your eyes. Just look on the television and what is taking place. Don't bother mute this something and watch and look at what they're showing you. Because they're showing off how they've destroyed the place. You understand? They're showing off. So have a look at that and just ask yourself, what would you do under those conditions? What would you do? Because it seems like some of us as black people here, black British and everything, maybe some of you weren't born, so we can't really blame you still, you know what I mean? Because you wasn't around with de Klerk and Botha and all of these people with and the ANC and, you know what I mean? You just hear word Nelson Mandela and you say, well, yeah, what's that? Who's that? You know what I mean? So we can't really generalizely blame everybody. Because maybe your parents never tell you nothing. So you don't know nothing about the apartheid. You never know nothing about the black man's struggle and everything. And then you wonder why you behave such way on the street. You wonder why you walk about and eat other people's food instead of your parents' food, no respect. And then you wonder why the police always have drop down on and everybody thinks you want a thief or up to some mischief. So if your parents never fill you in and do their duties and be responsible, it really, young people, are not for a fault. It still lands at our door. And if your father and your mother don't make their home a safe environment, it is not society's fault. It's for we fault. And we're not promoting young artists, you know. We're not promoting all this music thing, you know. We're not. We want to promote excellence of life. Excellence of life. Common courtesy. We want to develop infrastructure. We want to develop education. We want to develop bank. We want to develop health service. For us, it's not being racist. It's just being natural. You have ants, different tribes of ants. Them take care of themselves. You have bees, bumblebees and wasps and all. Everybody take care of themselves, except us. We just are wait for somebody to do something for us. And that's why they're always doing something to us. So we can relate to hardship. We can relate to racial abuse. We can relate to post-traumatic stress. We can relate. So why shouldn't we? And we have a spirit like everybody else. Why can't we lend our spirit, our understanding, and all that we've related, have experienced to this particular situation that is taking place? Because we want change in the world. We want goodness. You understand? But just to sit down and say, yo, it has nothing to do with me, yeah, and this and that and tear. How the earth are going to get better? How it going to get? It come like this a game that political people play. It's this body's turn and that body's turn and so forth. So by the time it get round to our turn again, which is never stopped, but when them decide for ethnic cleanse in such a way, what will we do? And where will we turn? And who will recognize our plight? If this is the kind of mentality right off the bat that we are going with. When the other day England them a play, and I watch that. And then I sit down and write your MP. You not sit down and say, let me just boycott these ratted people, because here one, people are dead wholesale to ratted. Man them have so, and they taught the way they spoke. You not say that. You say, cha. Let me see how much goal these man them can score. That show you how ignorant we are. Yeah. And in Jamaica right now, there's been floods. The weather come and gotta show the government them something. How much you wanna get barrels and everything together and send for people? How much you wanna go to the living charities and everything and do that? Nah. You're too busy watching football and talking crap. Reality is checking. Seriously. Come here.
I'm exhausted. Last night I couldn't sleep, but when I did, I could hear bombs in my dreams. Nightmare situation. How could they be so evil, making martyrs out of children and innocent people? We expect the bombs, not knowing where next. Huddle in the corner of my room, trying to protect my little brother as the building shakes like it's possessed. But nothing stronger than the will of the oppressed. I bomb back with my lyrics and rhymes, living the times trying to break the Palestinian minds. What's hiding in the clouds hanging over my head? My dad risks his life outside to buy bread. The fourth war in my 12th year. At this stage I'm numb, though I haven't feel scared. There's nothing I can do in this case to stay safe. I'm brave, even though this house could be in my grave. I want freedom for the population. 2 million prisoners living in this location, shouting at the wall, but nothing is ever changing. That's life under an occupation. I want freedom for the population. 2 million prisoners living in this location, shouting at the wall, but nothing is ever changing. That's life under an occupation. Mothers mourn, frightened with grief. White sheets covered by his dad lie on the streets. Buildings turn to ash, but my mind is made of steel. So it doesn't take much for me to heal. Won't lose the will to live or lose our minds. My auntie lost her home, so she lost her life. But she is still alive, but traumatized by the bombs that flew in and dropped that night. My sister couldn't sleep, tried to stop her cries. I said it was fireworks, I was telling her lies. Where's the compassion? This is heartless. It's like they want us all living in darkness, cutting off water and electricity for hours. They're knocking towers, but that's not knocking the power that I have in my pen. When I'm writing, I'm unstoppable. The microphone is the only escape possible, cause that's the way that I can speak my mind. I wonder how does the fighter pilot sleep at night, knowing he can turn the city upside down all of a sudden, slaughtering families with the push of a button. I want freedom for the population. 2 million prisoners living in this location, shouting at the wall, but nothing is ever changing. That's life under an occupation. I want freedom for the population. 2 million prisoners living in this location, shouting at the wall, but nothing is ever changing. That's life under an occupation.
See, pain. So hear what now? Check the strain. Come here, son. Abdullah.
Save the world. I remind them that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, inshallah. Education is not just some privilege or right that every child deserves. Is God-given, that right come under threat, it must be defended. You think Allah don't see what you're doing to His children? Who's been held accountable? Who's in charge, mister? These kids ain't got nothing to do with y'all business. You should be building more schools in our prisons. They bomb the same, even make news in y'all city. He could have been a scholar, he dealing with different problems. Missile hit his home and crushed and killed his barber. We should be playing soccer or meeting up by lockers. He wanted to be a doctor, but he don't have those options. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. I remind him every time it's greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. I'm dreaming we coming together to save the world. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, yeah, inshallah. The system needs to be eradicated. The attacks on education has been activated. It's not random, it's intentional, it's calculated. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't aggravated. I ain't smiling cause I ain't happy. Know how many times I pray for peace and peace ain't happy. Still get on my rug and pray for peace, still gotta take actions. People held responsible for their actions. Until then, we gotta stay active. We need change, that change needs to be data driven, accurate, comprehensive, and since we the victims, we deserve a voice in day-to-day decisions, and we can dig these generations out these grave conditions. I remind them that the pen is greater than the sword. Remind them every time it's greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Dreaming we unite together, save the world. I remind them that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, save the world, inshallah.
You catch me? Come here, son.
Palestine's been occupied for decades, but a home for centuries. This land is generations of my family's memories. To plant, grow, and nurture the symbol of peace. The olive trees guaranteed that our people could eat. Living with limitations, pushed down by the occupation. Wanna see the pain? Take a look at the people's faces. Imagine being kicked out of the only house you ever known. We're praying for our souls while they're preying on our homes. It's not easy to put this into words. Looking at my baby sister, is this something she deserves? Growing up in a world where she's not treated the same, denied the right to live free because of where she came. They wanna occupy this land, won't let them occupy my mind. I stay occupied aside as I write about my life, because my only mission is to make people listen. This one's for Sheikh Jarrah, hoping it can make a difference. Cause the same thing happened in 48. My grandparents got evicted and forced to move away to the refugee camp in Gaza. No, nothing has changed. They can never return, so that's where I am today. Getting calls from cousins to see if I am alive. This year is not fireworks that are lighting the sky. We're trying to celebrate an Eid and keep the faith. I guess you could say it's how memories are made. Palestine.
Yes. So now, you see that? What? I'm serious. So we want you to do now, you just write your MP, you know what I mean? And tell your MP that what you're seeing is despicable. And ask your MP if she value life, he or she, or if it's just the financial award that's more important than representing the party and the manifesto that they put out. Stand up and let me see you. Because they're all saying that this body and this body have a right. We're not discussing right. We're discussing wrongs. And we want to say that them have the right to turn around and say, listen here, you behave like a vagabond, a bully. You have the more sophisticated weapons on the ground and in the air and everything. So you're supposed to behave like a civil-minded country that they're saying you're the first democracy in that part of the world, or the only democracy in that part of the world. Where's your example? So here now, how you become a Muslim and how you have to act and react and build a community. Come in, star. And listen good and listen carefully. It is coming.
This is a very great day today. I don't know if you feel it, but I certainly do. It's a great day. The spirit is alive and well here. The future is bright. The present is absolutely fantastic. So without any further ado, the champion, my brother, my friend, your brother, your friend, Muhammad Ali.
Assalamu alaikum. My field was boxing. And in boxing, Allah blessed me to be the best in boxing. And whenever I would fight, I was what they call the main event. I was last, and the preliminaries fought first. Now I'm not boxing. I'm on the roster with other heavyweights who are much greater than I am in this field. So tonight I'm a preliminary. And I recognize that. So all I want to say is thank you for coming. May Allah bless you. I'm going to be short. I'm just a preliminary here, and I come to listen to my leading teacher. Say I'm great. They talk about how good I am and how they praise on me, but I'm nothing but a little boy to my leading teacher. And I recognize that. And I'm honored to be sitting here beside him. I'm actually nervous sitting beside him. Not because he'll beat me up, but because of his knowledge, I might make the wrong move and he might spank me. So, Allah bless all of you. I'm here to listen, and I'm waiting for him, and I want you to listen to him, weigh his words, compare with your past preachers, compare with your TV evangelists, compare with all your Billy Graham, Jimmy Swaggarts, all your wise leaders, all your whoever you know that you think is wise. Just listen to him and weigh it. And if you got any kind of common sense, you'll say he's my man too. So.
Praise be to Allah. Dear people, Muslims, peace be unto you. Assalamu alaikum. Praise be to Allah, the one Lord and Creator. And peace and blessings be upon the last and universal prophet and messenger of God, Muhammad. And I intend all the best salutations that would follow. Before speaking briefly on the role of the mosque, or the role of the masjid, it's an Arabic term, a Quranic term, masjid. I first want to acknowledge the greatly appreciated contribution to the correct propagation of the religion and the correct image of Muslims from my brother in al-Islam and my brother from my mother and father, Brother Jabir Muhammad. And we pray that Allah bless him to, again in the very near future, schedule another program like this. We need more of these programs. It is indeed an honor, and I'm greatly honored, to be on this program today with Dr. Abdul Rahman, professor at Chicago University, and with a man that I love from the first time I met him, Abdus Salam Rosie. I expected also to meet here today our brother and friend, Dr. Naeem Akbar. So if any of you meet him, you tell him that I missed him again. I was in Denver, Colorado about 3 weeks ago, and he was scheduled to be on that program, and I missed him there. So here I am in Chicago, and I'm missing him here. I hope to see him one day on a program with me, on a program where we are sharing what has been said of our religion. And when I say our religion, I hope you have not forgotten what Dr. Abdul Rahman said, and that is that Islam, the religion of everything created. And he mentioned 2 levels of Islam. One on the natural level, in the nature that God made, created, and the next level is the revealed level, the Quran and the life of Muslims who follow Quran. What he has said of the religion must also be associated or applied to the mosque. I won't speak on the mosque or the masjid as a function, a religious function, but the mosque as an influence. We all understand I believe, the functions of a mosque. That is a place of prayer, a place for lectures on the religion, a place for men to come together under one God and hear the teachings, the teachings of the last revealed book, the Quran, and the teachings of the Prophet, the messenger of that book, Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, and learn how to live that life and to follow it as it was demonstrated in the life of Muhammad the Prophet, peace and blessings be on him. I'm sure we understand that. Most of us understand that. And we understand that the mosque is also a place for education. Islam is education. Islam is religion. Islam is education. Islam is science. Islam is comprehensive and inclusive, as the speaker has already said. So I believe we understand the role of the mosque, the function of a mosque in that light. I want to speak very briefly on the role of the mosque in terms of the influence that the mosque should send out from its environment into the neighboring environment, as far as that influence can go. That influence for an Islamic society, imagine now that we're living in an Islamic country, that America is an Islamic country. There are Muslims here, and the 90% are better, as in many Muslim lands, many Muslim countries. Then the role of the mosque, the role of the influence of the mosque would be the same, but not as important as it is for us in an environment like America, where the great majority are non-Muslims. So I have to put emphasis where maybe those emphasis wouldn't be put if we were a mosque in a Muslim nation or a Muslim society. As Muslims, we should be concerned to have the purity of our religion ring out as far as it can ring in America. The purity of our religion. If we were in an Islamic country, maybe we would be concentrating on the problems, economic problems, or political problems, maybe. But you know how difficult that is in the world of today to address problems of that nature even in so-called Islamic societies or so-called Islamic nations. Perhaps we'll be addressing the school, the problem for the local school, the relations, the family relations, etc., which are all good and expected to be addressed in a mosque. But here in America, we are a new growing population, a new growing population. We are still burdened with the responsibility to correctly introduce ourselves. We are burdened with the responsibility also to correctly communicate the religion, the essentials of our religion. For me, Tawheed, which is the oneness or unity, Tawheed, unity in our religion, is most important, most important. We have to let the American people know, our neighbors know, that idea of Tawheed. It begins, as the speakers have already said of our religion, it begins with the idea that there's only one God, the belief that there's only one God. There's no God for blacks and a God for whites. There's no God for Jews and a God for somebody else. There's only one God, the God for us all. We all have equal access to Him. He created us all. We are all equally His dependents. We are all equally loved by Him. So that is the religion. That is the religion. And that is the oneness. One God, one God. One God and one God and one humanity. We are no two separate creations. There's no mythology for the creation of the white race and a mythology for the creation of the black race or for other races. There is only one creation of man, and that's the creation that God made. God created man. And I don't want to go over all of that, but this is the influence. This is influence that should come out from the mosque in this American society. That we truly believe in one God, and that oneness is all comprehensive, is total, is comprehensive. That oneness goes from God to the oneness of His creation. This universe is one. This is the teachings of our holy book. This is the teachings of our prophet, peace and blessings be on him. The universe is one. The creation is one. There are no different creations out there. This is one creation. Whether it's the Milky Way galaxy or other galaxies, or galaxies yet to be discovered by the telescope and the scientist, the astronomer, no matter how rare it is or how far it is away or when it will be discovered, when it's discovered, it will be part of this same world, part of this same matter, part of this same cosmic order, the order created by that one Lord and God we call in Al-Islam, we call as Muslim Allah. And that should be understood. When that is understood, that is a power of peace. Oneness, the most important concept for Muslim is oneness. Tawheed, oneness. That is the most powerful message of peace. 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 How come families can live together? Because they believe they are one family. How come they enjoy peace and love and harmony? Because they believe they are one family. When they start to divide themselves, start to choose each other over each other, and start to exclude each other, then the peace is lost. But as long as they see the unity and see all sharing in the unity of that family and all having equal rights and equal access to whatever that family has to offer, there is peace and there is unity. So our Tawheed is the message of unity. Tawheed, oneness, is the message of unity. It is the message of peace. The message of peace. And that's what should ring out from the mosque as an influence. When it rings out, whether it's a Jew that hears it or a Christian that hears it or some other, he will be hearing the best you have to offer. He will be hearing the best you have to offer. I can't think of anything better to win a Jew over to me than Tawheed. I can't think of anything better to win the Christian over to me than Tawheed. But the Christians believe in three gods. You finish it, three gods in one. So they will have their way of communicating their concept of God, but they will appreciate Tawheed from us. Yes. So in terms of influence, the role of the mosque should be to lift up the concept of Tawheed and let it ring out over America. That should be the role of the mosque in the United States. That's the most important thing. Then secondly, the role of the mosque should be to attend the most serious needs of the community. The most serious needs of the community. Whether those needs be economic, spiritual, moral, economic, political, whatever they are. The role of the mosque should be to attend those needs. No matter how meager its resources, it still should accept the responsibility to attend those needs. If we are poor and financially, we should accept the responsibility to attend the economic needs of our people in our community, though we have no money. Accepting that responsibility will be an influence to move us to get some money. Again, whether it be political concern, spiritual concern, economic concern, no matter what it is, the role of a mosque in the community is to register those concerns, to take serious those concerns, to address those concerns, to attend those needs. That is what I had to say to you in a capsule. I have much more to say to you later. The role of the mosque in America has to also accept responsibility for correcting the lies that have been told by enemies to misrepresent the Quran, our Prophet Muhammad, even our God, and the lies that are being told even now by enemies of our religion, enemies of our Prophet, enemies of God. No enemy of Allah is not an enemy of Jesus Christ. You cannot be an enemy of Allah and not be also an enemy of Jesus Christ and Moses and Jehovah. Yes. So we have to address also these lies that have been told and in some small degree are continuing. We have to address those lies. Today, a great lie was addressed. And I hope that we will have women like Attorney Ming to address the lies concerning the place of women in Muslim society. I hope we'll have more of that coming. But there are many other lies that we accept, and many of us can't resist accepting the lies. I'm surprised to say this. I'm surprised to know this and feel a little embarrassed to say this, but I have met Muslims who also contribute to the lies, even by with their silence when they should be speaking up, or with ignorance or weakness, I don't know. You know, the words of a man that America knows well in the history of liberty, or humanitarian works from the movement in Europe. His name is Rousseau, Jean-Jacques Rousseau. He's given as saying that what is keenly desired is painfully difficult to disbelieve. Now, men desire water so badly on the desert that they see water on the sand where there's no water. I'm sure you men my age and older, you've been young like I was, and you see a beautiful girl and you say to yourself, she's for me. And no matter what other people may say, you're just seeing her. Someone who knows it say, no, she's not for you. But if this feeling is strong enough, you won't hear that. She's for me. Then maybe she's for Bushman. But at that time, you say, she's for me. She's for me. I got to have that girl. Well, appetite is something else, you know. And in America, most of us have a strong appetite for America's corruption. No matter whether we're church people, mosque people, synagogue people, no matter where we belong, atheists, no matter where we are, most of us in America, we have an appetite for this corruption. And so the first thing we have to have is the mercy and blessing of God to make us reduce this appetite, to help us reduce this appetite for wrong, for lies, for wrong, for weaknesses, for sin, for corruption. Then we can disbelieve in the bad side and be more in a situation to believe in the good side. Huh? Yes. So really, if we are aware of the extent of corruption in a free society like America, America has a peculiar and unique freedom. In this kind of society, if we are aware of the degree and extent to which corruption affects the lives of people who want to be human, then we all should first start by asking God's forgiveness for our personal sins and turning to him and begging his mercy, so we'll get in a mental situation and in a moral situation and in a spiritual situation to see straight. Then when we can see straight, we will make the proper choice. And I guarantee you, you'll choose the Quran, you'll choose Muhammad, you'll choose Islam. Assalamu alaikum.
See, very easy, very practical, very rational, succinct and sincere. You understand? The oneness of God, right? And we are building, see? And the intention was to change all of those temples, which did happen, into masjid, into mosque, a place where you just go there, worship, organize the community, develop yourself, and increase your understanding of Al-Islam and learn, see? And help others and develop. So that was the institution, the pilot institution to build, develop the community and communities. And so said, so was done. Same thing can happen here. It's not that we're saying everybody have to be a Muslim. No, we are saying we are African, Caribbean, Black British people, and we have ambition. You understand? We have ambition and we have vision. We have needs. We have aspirations. That should not just be plain amusement. No. Should not just be a complaint echo box. No. No, it shouldn't be that. It should not just be sitting on there and people look upon certain situations and everybody, and then them start having jealousy and envy, and then let's go around, leave London and go all the way up to Manchester and everything. Our phone, or get on Zoom and start spreading rumor and this and that, and you haven't even walked 1 mile in this thing. You never take time to assess and evaluate this thing. You haven't even fast 2 days, never mind 30, 29 or 30 days. You haven't even fast 2 days. You see the green that me put up there? That's for the health of all the way. But most importantly, our elders. You see? Yes, our elders. You understand? I'm big on that. But nevertheless, right, we discriminate against ourselves. We follow all of these fabrications, misappropriated acts and thoughts, and being so dishonest. So that the people who hear your fabrication, your dishonesty, because you repeat it so often, they tend to believe you know something? We'll jump out to the frying pan into the fire. we are listening to them Muslim boy them for. Them Arabs, you know what I mean? And the Arabs are the one who teach everybody is to be slave. I don't know where you get them something there from either. Who teach, you know? Not teach goodness, not teach truth, not teach the oneness of God, not teach monotheism, not give rise to the best of ourselves in Africa. No, they're the ones who teach. When you're supposed to look and see that among the Caucasian people, had them enslaved them own self and everybody else. And every nation had slave. It depends on what type of action and right, the response. What did they do to these people? Everybody, including us. But all of a sudden now we're supposed to be some angelic beings that nobody don't know nothing about. I mean, yeah, I want my family to be the top-notch family, but my family is not the goddamn top-notch family, yeah, and they don't try to be, right? They're just a good, upstanding, upright family that can do better and always seeking to do better, and nobody's competing. Nobody's competing. Where we compete is in education. Where we compete is in finance. You understand? And if we were really competing in finance, we would have a lot of real estate. We would. I would have kicked out a lot of people out of the Caribbean. I tell you, there would be no space for them. But we have a lot of people that fix on mafia-style lifestyle, jealousy and envy, deception, dishonesty, and they lie blatantly. And that's us. Now, in Al-Islam, none of them things there is fashionable. None is fashionable. You understand? So there's a lot of baggage that would be required of any individual that want to embrace Al-Islam to get rid of all of those baggage. If you was around or is around such things, and if that's how your faculties or our faculties work. And fabrication, we're good at that. And when people ask for your source of that which you're saying, now you start stumbling and then start telling people, say, watch out, you don't believe me? And the people are not brave enough to say, no, we don't believe you. We do not believe you. That's why I'm saying you don't know who an Arab is. You don't know what an Arab is. You look upon Saudi Arabia today, and you look upon Bahrain and look upon Dubai and everything, and say, yes, they're the people that's in the shoes today. But if you go to Nubia, and if you go to Sudan, and if you go to Ethiopia, Abyssinia, you will see us. But then you don't want to see us that way. You want to see something else. You understand? You want to see something else. So then when you discover that in Egypt, Kemet, we were there leading, we were the pharaohs and all that, you say, oh, no. So you stop talk there. But when it's mysticism, you want to keep talking. Because you hope that somebody will come and cut you up into pieces, scatter you all about the place, and then put you back together, but yet still them last, your phallus. And now you think, say, yo, am I brave enough to do that? You fool. Why you want to be brave enough for someone to kill you and cut you up into pieces? And then a crocodile is supposed to eat some part of you. So I don't know how they got that part back. You understand? And the mythology continues. So that's one side of things. The other side of things, you want to keep running. You want to keep running for these people. Not running from them, but running for them. The other side of things that you wanna continue to believe in their fictitious nonsense. And realizing that they're the colonial powers, but at the same time you dismiss it, and then the other side you want to talk about it. You know what I mean? We don't tolerate that kind of nonsense. So that's why we can't tolerate us. So the other side now, when we are submit and surrender ourselves, our soul, our everything to God, and then you see we are prostrate and everything, then you think like, wow, there's no one there. Now that's the one that shook you. See? And we know that because God tell us that. We know that. That shook you all up. You think like, wow, how powerful. So why don't you just humble yourself and just try? I mean, come on, man. Just 1 week. When I ask you to try for a year, just 1 week. But when you're trying, don't think that you're in a competition and start thinking about what other people do and what benefits are they getting. Don't do that. Just empty yourself and say, yo, because on an examination, you learn. True to the syllabus, you practice the syllabus and prepare yourself through the guidance of the tutors and everyone else, right? You understand the institution, so that the date that is being set for the exam of that subject, you're equipped, and they would like to think that you're very, very more than equipped. And many teachers that done the assessment of us, would tell you that, listen here, you've got a 70%, but really you should be up there in a 90% chance of getting a distinction and blah, 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 and so forth, right? So we know that. We know that through education. Whether we are receiving good education or not, we know the process. We know the process. We know what it is to attempt. We know what it is to be trained. We know the longevity. So what is the problem? Trying to do something like that for yourself and either prove that it is worthy or it has some value. Example, there you go. But no, you want to finish up in a jail. People take set with you. You come out to be bad when you went in there. You weren't bad. You just tried something. You weren't intelligent enough for the something, and you shouldn't even be involved in the something. And maybe you weren't, but you just walked with the wrong set of people and got done. Right? Now your life mash up. Your life mash up. You become something. Some things happen to you in that environment, and right now all of a sudden you're not an informer, but you're a linchpin, and you can't seem to find a way out. So your life mash up. You don't have no resources to leave the country and go somewhere else. So your life mash up. So since that be the case, so we know those things happen, why don't you just try Al-Islam? Easy. Just go for 1 week or 1 month. You understand? And live a life. Not of deception. Not of criminality. Not of waste. Not of trial and error. You understand? Seriously. And none of us is going to come back and say, you know what happened? God said to me last night, you know what I mean? That you have to go round and round about 50 times from the right and 50 times from the left. And then all that you want, you will get, including Aisha. No, we don't talk them kind of rubbish. No! And it can't happen. You understand? Seriously. And there's no 1 in 3 and 3 and 1 and 1 in, and all of that stuff. And then when you go to the mosque, the more you give, the more you will receive. So you should be smart enough and bright enough to say, hold on a minute. So the church, the preacher, them get the money. In the mosque, who get the money? You mean God have an account? And then people will tell you, so who told you that? Say, yeah, I heard. I said, well, who told you? Where did you read that and who told you? Let us know our person who told you that. You understand? And we shift that. But there's people who say a lot of things to try to, you understand, deceive you. So we want to go away because we had something line up and the encoder something, but we will sort it out. But it didn't. It just delayed the time, so I cannot do so much things that I wanted to do. And Semitic, Semites and everything. Come on, man. These are Africans, right? And the people them who who some people do not want to tell you all the truth about, the people that everyone is talking about that did so much wrong, and calling them Arabs, they're Portuguese. And then the other set of people that castrate us were Turkish. Yes. And they had us as we were in their armies as black people, African people, and many of the top people them wanted us as their security and all of these different things, mining the what them call it, harem and rare and so forth, and them castrate hundreds, maybe thousands of men. Yes, that's history. It's the Turks. And when you go to Turkey and you go to Greece, Cyprus and them places, you can see a lot of Africans. You can see our naffy here. You can see our wide nose and broad lips. And you can see our hips in our sisters. And you can see the hair and everything. Because we've been there. And many people were not there as slaves. They were there as free people. But many, many slaves, through to the Ottoman Empire, and even before the Ottoman Empire, because by the time the Ottoman come now, the labels start change, and the Western man start saying that black people now, little more down the years, that we're subservients when we were subservients to them. Islam, we weren't subservients. There's no way of that. But many people outside talk about Africa without going to Africa and make it, they think that Africa don't have no literature and Africa don't have no libraries and all that. And this is another wrong. See? So when we say go to Africa, we're not talking like Rasta used to say, just go to Africa, you know. We say go to Africa and go to the institutions. Be like Walter Rodney and Eric Williams and such people, and there are many, 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 many hundreds more. You understand? So all that nonsense about Africans did not write. How did you get papyrus? How comes you can go to Kemet and you can see hieroglyph and everything? So why were we not writing? When Europe didn't have a language, and then all of a sudden them get this thing them called Latin, and then how much centuries after that them have a combination of the Latin along with something there in Germany and so forth, and this thing called English come about. Come on, man. Do your history from that side before you come over here and you let them convince you. Because most black people that call themselves scholars and historians and everything, not scholars, historians, they're not work that way. They work the Caucasian way. And everything the Caucasian them say is gospel. And it's Africa they want to talk about. So instead of them go Africa and research Africa, they are listening to what or reading what a Caucasian says about Africa. So that's why Darwin said that there was another species. There's so many other species of human beings, and those species come from animal. But they come from God's grace, which is the white people. And we fall hook, line, and sink up in that. So then we racially abuse ourselves based on those principles that these people have put in an arena that people are called genetic science right now. But the fact that something wrong with it with me is that how the hell are you going to deal with it and say that God did not create man? God created animal and man come out of animal, but they're saying a particular set of people come out of animal, which is the black people. And the white people is from the grace of God. Now, if there's not something that's Semitic, right, you know, this thing that these people want you to, right, and racist, then we're not part of the world. Okay. So we're going to go here now, you know. So here this one, we're showing you so that in America, in the Caribbean, there's a lot of people, even here in England, that are on the right side of things. But the majority is on the wrong side of things. And right now, with what happened to George Floyd and what just happened there in Palestine, showing us through the grace of God and the righteous set of people and people who are using their hearts, it's people who are in tune to their sensibility and their sensitivity. They're showing and they're exposing, they're able by their action, they're exposing the lies and the deception and the frailties of these so-called first world peoples. Allowing them to expose themselves. Yes, that's what we're seeing. So, know which club you try join. Or follow. Right? Yo, my brethren, hold this.
Run that up, Rico.
Caution, wait, please do not play with my mind, hey. I do not play with my lines, wait. I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution, wait, please do not play with my mind, hey. I do not play with my lines, wait. I keep protection for mine. You will not touch what is mine. I do not play with my shine. Caution, look at my face, pay me respect. Please do not play with my line. If you want taste, what you gon' get? Shit that gon' bury your mind. All that's at stake, where is my check? Need every nickel and dime. You play with my race, put you in check. But stopping the vision to climb. They mad that these niggas done woke up and now all our visions to go. Where is the bag to get us so caught up? Yeah, that is the mission and goal. Staying on cold, some of y'all doing too much. Straight up be looking like hoes, never gon' grow. Can't count on you in clutch. Most of y'all doing the most. Like this is a show, doing it for entertainment, or you doing it for clout.
Frightening, you see? And not this other thing that is created over here and got our children them attached to it. May I tell you, we go full circle, full right round. And all of a sudden now people are see that this integration thing is killing us. This drug thing, this money thing is killing us. It's all evil. So we go right round. And we spin. And that's what I'm banging at. You think so this all why here. Y'all now listen to this producer talk about Abdullah. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. And we're gone from here. Listen to this. I interview and my play the tune.
So y'all, your boy can say something. I'm back.
Still there.
Make you like, I'm subscribed.
Yes, an African you.
Watch the full video, hit the like button. But I don't care. This is one of my favorite little MCs right here, bro. I don't cap. The fact that he can take, you know, at his age and take everything that he's going through, everything that's going around with this stuff that's going on, man. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But the fact that he can take all this stuff and put it into a rhyme, a song, it's crazy. And then another fact that he's at that age experiencing all that stuff. That's crazy, bro. Now, I'm not a politician. I'm not, I am not political in the sense or whatever. But when it comes to that stuff that's going on, bro, I don't want to say certain words because this is YouTube, but y'all know what's going on. You see Twitter and everything. You see the internet. But that stuff that's going on, to me, these governments are selfish, bro. Are selfish. And the reason why I say that is this. Y'all are putting humans, not humans, but the civilians in harm's way for the thing that y'all want to go to battle for. We not asking y'all to do none of this stuff. But y'all study going to conflicts and battles and all this other stuff over stuff and then putting us, the civilians, in harm's way. To me, that's wrong. That's super, super wrong. But let's get to the song, man.
Save the world. I remind them that the pen is greater than the sword.
I already like this. I've done a few reaction videos to his music. Bro is really talented. Really, really talented. Y'all already know how I get over here when I see somebody who's super young, has so much talent. It's crazy to see. It's really crazy to see. Because most times you would expect the type of talent that these young kids be having, from somebody grown. And sometimes a lot of these adults don't even have this type of passion, this type of like wordplay, or this type of this delivery. And like I always say, something like it ain't what you said, it's how you said it. The way that he delivered his message and stuff that's going on, I feel it, bro. I feel it. I'm a person that wants the whole world to win. So to see this type of stuff is crazy. Like, really put yourself in his shoes, or not even just him, in every place where there has been major conflicts and battles. Put yourself in them people's shoes. Like, could you imagine knowing, for a fact it's a chance that, like, we all know tomorrow's not promised. We all know this. But when you live in these type of places, it's more realer that tomorrow is not promised. Just think about it. It easily can be done. Though you could be in a room, sleep with your parents or something, and boom, it's over. That's crazy, bruh.
Every time is greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Dreaming we unite together, save the world. I remind them that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, inshallah. Education is not just some privilege or right that every child deserves. Is God given that right come under threat? It must be defended. You think Allah will see what you're doing to His children? Who's been held accountable? Who's in charge, mister? These kids ain't got nothing to do with y'all business. You should be building more schools and not prisons. They bomb the same.
That part right there, bro. Kids ain't got nothing to do with y'all business, bro. Nothing. Zero, bro. Zero. People, that's why I say, we need more human kindness, more human decency in this world. That's why we don't have world peace, because people don't want to spread the kindness. People want to be selfish. People want to put other people in harm's way that has nothing to do with your conflict. Whatever you want to go buy from these people, whatever you want to go take from these people, whatever you want to get from these people, whatever. The regular people who don't even have no access to that stuff had nothing to do with it. So how are you okay with putting 50,000 people in harm's way for one person because you have some type of conflict with one person, but you willing to risk everybody that's around him just to get this one person, this one human? To me, that's dumb. To me, that's very, very dumb. Yes, I know I live in the United States. We are super privileged and everything. But that does not mean that it's right. None of this stuff that's going on across the world is right. Think about it, bro. We are ants compared to this world, bro. Less than that. And we destroying it, bro, every single day.
Make news in y'all city. He could have been a scholar, he dealing with different problems. Missile hit his home and crushed and killed his barber. We should be playing soccer or meeting up by lockers. He wanted to be a doctor, but he don't have those options. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. I remind him every time it's greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. I'm dreaming we coming together to save the world. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, yeah, inshallah. The system needs to be eradicated. The attacks on education has been activated. It's not random, it's intentional, it's calculated. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't aggravated. I ain't smiling cause I ain't happy. Know how many times I pray for peace and peace.
Yeah, this shit, no, I ain't gonna care, bro. I hate this type of stuff, bro. I don't care which city, state, country, wherever. Why are you putting the regular civilians in the harm's way of whatever that you're trying to get to, bro? That, to me, that's completely selfish. That's why I wish it was like a, even though they had the, what is it called? The United Nations or whatever. But even that, I don't think that they government the rest of the governments, because in my opinion, it needs to be a ultimate top. Like if they're gonna have this, if we're gonna have this type of stuff, it needs to be an ultimate top government over all government. So therefore, when they do this type of stuff, they come in, no, we're not doing this, no, because it'd be like the one, like the president or the governor, whoever. Like again, I'm not a politician. I don't know all the words. I might be speaking outside of my neck. I'm just saying, just giving my opinion and my thought. It's just like, bro, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. Think about it. If I'm the president of this one place, I want something that this other country has. Instead of me trying to find some type of way to get it, in a reasonable way, so therefore we both benefit. Because I feel like I'm a bigger country or state or whatever, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna just take it. I'm gonna put everybody who lives in your place in harm's way because this other government, won't give me what I want. That's crazy.
Saying happens, still get on my rug and pray for peace, still gotta take actions. People held responsible for their actions. Until then, we gotta stay active. We need change, that change needs to be data driven, accurate, comprehensive, and since we the victims, we deserve a voice in day-to-day decisions, and we can dig these generations out these grave conditions. I remind them that the pen is greater than the sword. Remind them every time it's greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Dreaming we unite together, save the world. I remind them that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, save the world, inshallah.
That's crazy, bro. Pray for the world, man. Pray for the world. For real, because these people, these government, they need to see this type of videos and look like these are kids asking you to stop. Like, how can you tell a kid no when you know what you're doing is wrong? It's crazy,
Real talk. See? Give thanks, guidance. Tell your friends.
Poor and needy.
daddy.
Poor and needed.
Cry for you.
Hands of the wicked. Poor and needed. The hands of the wicked. Jah. Jah.
Live it up. Don't get weary.
Foundations of the earth are at the core.
As the wise Bible will tell you.
Man so blind they neither see,
Humble yourself.
no understand. Jah. 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 Deliver. 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 Out of the hands of the deliver.
A serious thing. So we have said the poor and needed, and we have said the pen is sharper than the sword. You understand me? So we have said give praises and know the side that you're on or that you represent, because you know it's right to do, as in what is right, what is truthful. And value people according to their good works or their works. What you assess and evaluate and know about and can validate, that is right. Now what people are say, you have an eye, you have eyes, we have ears, and we have fingers, and we have a mouth. We can question. We use our eyes to examine, and we use our eyes to read, and we use our ears to listen. Yes. And then that membrane, that conscience, that power that's invested within us as human beings will work it out and validate it. You understand? And then sometimes something will park up because somehow your soul not take it. There's still something there, little bit of doubt, you need more clarification. Yes. So then you have to go and investigate. And don't go back to the same source and question, because they will try to convince you. The truth no need no convincing. Once it's put there, that's it. But if someone go try make it look into Hollywood, why they going to that extent? They're going to that extent because it's not truthful. It's not being honest. You understand? They're being dishonest. And with this thing you go on, they might change it every hour, as in every day. You know what I mean? They're changing it. Oh, now they're using hostages in the hospital. They're using the people in the hospital as shields. They're using the babies as shields. They're using the hospital as shields. They're using the hospital as the headquarters of wars and headquarters of ammunitions and all sorts. And you know what happened? They show you some Kastikov rifles. I don't know where the bullets were, but they showed those. And there was a Quran. I mean, the Quran looked new. Not that the Quran is supposed to be all a mash up, you know. But due to the conditions and circumstances that they're in, you understand? That goes back to this 9/11, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, some miles away somewhere, right? Something happened, and then right underneath the place that, with all the dust and everything, and miles from there, people them look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus and the Musketeers, because them got so much dust and everything, and them can't breathe, and you don't know what kind of clothes they're wearing because they all are filled with dust. But yet still the people then pick up passports that were not burnt, swinged, and full of dust. And one of them was mine. Strange, isn't it? And all of that type of stuff. But anyway, I'm diverting, you know, somewhere. I don't know why. But we're humans. And don't let someone come and read Revelation and tell you about this and that, because there's so much of that on YouTube right now. There's all of these YouTube preachers. And it's the end time, it's the sign of the time. I mean, with COVID, the same thing happened. And they all went back into the little hole. Now they're out. And some of them are saying, I told you about these Muslims, and so on and so on. You know what I mean? All of a sudden now we're the devils. You see? And we're not acting, you know. We're not the one that's acting. And whatever happened on the 7th, the first world doubt it. Because there's so much things that were said. But what has come out is that the Israelis come up there shooting up everything. And why is they did this? Them kill a lot of people. Yes. And them say it better to shoot the thing down than allow their people to be hostages. So the mass shootings at that place were them. But Allah knows best. But so much things is coming out. And America gets shaky. But everybody tell a good story. They're so professional at lying. You just have to cast our ears and eyes at the United Nations. And the votes are right. But these top three keep vetoing everything. And once them say that them veto or they're abstaining, none no work. So who's controlling what? See, this is what we're seeing. But like someone like me, I heard Bush says that him guy met the United Nations obsolete. Him not, as in America, him not wait for them to tell him what to do and what not to do. But him took Colin Powell and sell a lie. And them take some video and convince people with their video, and no one cast question the video. I say, well, hold on a minute, wait, where is that? And what is that? I thought you all confiscated this thing. So how is it that this same thing is there when you bring it back here? And you disarm it and you brought it back here. No one did that. And then over here, England, Tony Blair go on with 45 minutes or something, and so forth, and convince the people. They all rehearsed and they had a good set of tutors because they sung the same sheet. And the country demonstrated not as big as what's happening, but big. And they weren't paying no mind to nobody. But Bush said, we met the United Nations obsolete and then walk out of their stone, right? And the troops was already on their way. And they did what they wanted to do. And whoever was in charge of the United Nations never brought that stuff back up again. This is one time there was no evaluation, no assessment, no restructuring, nothing. Because it's big, bold, red button America, backed by their mother, auntie, uncle, cousin, sister, brother, nephew, everything, England. And then the two fools, France and Germany. They don't turn around and say, hold on a minute, this don't feel right. They don't. And even if they do, they're not letting the public see that. They keep a stiff upper lip business. But it's always them against others. And then America's interest. You know, whatever American interest is, from here to Mars, it must be fulfilled. And if anything's trying to stand in their way, their thing is about eliminating you. And these people that they fund and give them weapons, they talk the same, and they insist on doing the same. So, you know what I mean, they've been in bed and, you know, they massaged one another for years. So they know what to do, what to say, and they know that nothing can happen. They're not even considering the charges from the International Criminal Court. They're not even considering the charges against humanity. They're not. It's something that they've totally dismissed. And over here, you're hearing elderly people saying that the book has to be thrown at them. They need to be right? And it's not going to happen. This is where it's sad. So may God Almighty help us all. Guidance. Yes, I'm going to bring, God willing, on Thursday, on reflection, a report from Australia. An Australian who lived there, an Australian who returned and interviewed so many people who are there. And it is nerve-wracking. And it's not like he's having sides. It's all about truth and courtesy, really. How you're treating people, why you're treating people such and such ways, and everything. Who's giving you this instruction to treat, right? And why am I able to walk down this road and these people are not able to walk down this road? What's the difference between the two of us? And this is what the general media, the general population of the world don't receive. So when someone says apartheid in a Palestine by the Israelis are people that think say we're not just a run up words, a name. When Nero make Jerusalem the capital and move the embassy and everything else, it's because the wall from Dessa was finished. It's still a Guan, but that area that they wanted was finished. But then there's something that I'm realizing. A lot of these men and women, their husband are Ashkenazis, are their wives. I mean, this is more than a Hollywood Dallas and dynasty. It's serious. The Labour man, Trump, and so many others. Now, I must be loyal to my wife. Her culture, her ethnicity, everything. But should I sell my soul? Should I be dishonest? And likewise, my wife should be loyal and humble to me and everything else. Should she be dishonest and follow me in my bogus nonsense and my mischievous ways if I had any? I mean, come on. But then again, I brought to the attention of people Cain and Abel. Where did Cain get this idea that God did not regard his offering? Where did he get this idea that Abel was more cherished by God than him? And if you all read this thing again, you understand that since we were kicked out, thrown out of the garden, we were not completed as humans. All of our access was not finished. It wasn't. We weren't complete. Now, when I talk about the body, we're talking about the essence. We weren't complete. I mean, even a bird had to show him that he need to open up the earth. And when him do that, that's where you place your brother, the body. A bird. God sent a bird. And then God still ask him and speak to him about the action that he took. So worshiping God is a liberty because it's about following instructions so we can reap the benefit of being human and being alive and enjoying what is called the earth. And understanding and should appreciate that when our innings are finished, that same earth mud which we are created from, we will be joining, our bodies will be joining again. But what makes us function will go back to the Creator. And now you can't change nothing. You can't turn around and second guess yourself, say that Tom and the devil and this body did this to me. That's not working, mate. It's not working. So how much is it we know about life and the earth and the body and the soul that occupies the body? What makes what we call the body work? Oh, that's real deep, you know. That's very, very, very deep. So we are say from there, Assalamu alaikum, we're gone.